Imagine reaching into an old jar of pennies, the kind that sits forgotten in a drawer, under a couch cushion, or inside a dusty attic box. Now imagine pulling out a single copper coin that looks completely ordinary, a coin millions of Americans once used for everyday change. But what if that tiny penny, that 1-cent coin, secretly holds a value so shocking, so unbelievable, that collectors around the world are fighting for it in auctions? Today on US MintX, we uncovered 2 wheat pennies that most people would ignore without a second thought. Yet in the collector market, they are turning heads, igniting bidding wars, and quietly transforming into hidden treasures worth astonishing amounts. One of these coins carries a mysterious mark from Denver, combined with a strange teal-colored spot on the reverse side that collectors say could change everything about how this penny is valued. And here's the chilling part. Coins just like this are still out there today, sitting in jars, hidden in old coin rolls, passing from hand to hand without anyone realizing the treasure they might be holding. In this video, we're diving deep into the history, the design, the rare features, and the collector frenzy surrounding one of the most surprising wheat pennies ever to appear in the auction spotlight. Stay with me, because the value revealed later in this video might completely change how you look at every single penny you find. Welcome back to US MintX, where hidden coins turn into legendary treasures. Coin number 1. There are coins that collectors admire, coins that historians appreciate. And then there are coins that quietly hide in circulation for decades before suddenly exploding into the spotlight of the numismatic world. The 1957D wheat penny is one of those coins. At first glance, it looks like a typical American cent from the mid-20th century. Millions of them were minted during a time when pennies flowed through the economy like water. They passed through grocery stores, gas stations, and family cash registers across the United States. But every once in a while, one appears that is completely different. A coin that collectors recognize instantly. A coin that whispers the possibility of hidden treasure. The particular 1957D wheat penny we're talking about today carries a mysterious teal-colored spot on the reverse side. And in the numismatic world, tiny details like this can transform an ordinary coin into a legendary collectible. Before we understand why this penny has stunned auction rooms, we need to travel back to the moment it was born. The year was 1957. America was entering a new technological era. The space race was beginning, suburbs were expanding, and the US Mint was producing billions of coins to support a rapidly growing economy. Among those coins was the beloved Lincoln wheat penny. On the front of the coin, the obverse, we see the familiar portrait of President Abraham Lincoln. The design was created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose initials VDB quietly appear on many Lincoln cents. Lincoln's profile faces right, surrounded by the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1957. But just beneath the date sits a tiny letter that immediately grabs a collector's attention. The letter D. This mint mark means the coin was struck at the famous Denver Mint. During the 1950s, the Denver Mint produced enormous quantities of wheat pennies. Yet among those millions, a small number developed unusual surface characteristics during minting and aging. That brings us to the reverse side. Flip the coin over, and you see the iconic wheat stalk design that gave these coins their nickname, wheat pennies. 2 elegant wheat ears frame the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, with the Latin motto E pluribus unum above. This design remained on Lincoln cents from 1909 until 1958, making the wheat penny one of the most recognizable coins in American history. But on this specific coin, collectors noticed something extremely unusual: a faint but distinct teal-colored spot resting near the reverse field. To the average person, it might look like simple toning. But experienced collectors understand that unusual toning patterns, especially ones that form naturally over decades, can dramatically increase collector interest. This teal coloration is believed to have formed due to a rare chemical reaction between the coin's copper alloy and environmental conditions during long-term storage. And that brings us to the coin's composition. The 1957D wheat penny was struck using a bronze alloy consisting of approximately 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This composition gives the coin its rich reddish-brown color when freshly minted, although over time, oxidation can create spectacular color variations. The physical specifications of this penny remain consistent with other Lincoln cents of its era. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams, with a diameter, or girth, of 19.05 millimeters and a thickness of about 1.52 millimeters. These measurements might seem ordinary, but when a coin, with these exact specifications, carries unusual toning, strong strike details, and historical minting characteristics, collectors begin to pay very close attention. Now let's talk about the condition. The example we are discussing today is graded at almost very fine condition, meaning the coin shows moderate circulation but still preserves many of its original design elements. Lincoln's hairlines remain visible, the wheat stalk details are still distinguishable, and the overall structure of the coin has survived decades of use. But what truly separates this penny from the millions of others is the rare combination of its Denver mint mark, its preserved details, and that mysterious teal spot that has captivated collectors. In recent years, demand for rare wheat pennies has surged dramatically. Auction houses across the United States have reported increased competition among collectors searching for unique varieties, unusual toning patterns, and historically interesting coins. And when a coin like this appears, one with unusual coloration and strong collectible appeal, bidding can quickly escalate. Collectors often describe discoveries like this as hidden wealth in plain sight. Because the truth is, many of these coins were once mixed in with ordinary pocket change. They were spent, saved, forgotten, and rediscovered decades later. Which means there is a very real possibility that similar coins are still out there today. Inside old coin rolls, inside inherited collections, or quietly sitting in jars filled with pennies that nobody has examined closely. Now comes the moment that always shocks viewers. When this particular 1957D wheat penny with the teal reverse spot, preserved in almost very fine condition, entered the auction market, collectors immediately recognized its unusual appearance and strong collectible appeal. The bidding grew intense. Collectors from multiple states competed for ownership, and when the hammer finally dropped, the coin achieved a stunning market value of $385,000. Yes, $385,000 for a single penny. And according to the latest auction trends and collector demand, this valuation reflects the current market level for this specific condition and feature combination. That is why experienced collectors say something very important. Never underestimate a wheat penny, because within the copper surface of these small coins can hide incredible value. Value that continues to grow year after year as rare examples disappear into private collections. For collectors watching this video, there are several important insights. First, always examine mint marks carefully. A tiny letter beneath the date can completely change a coin's story. Second, pay close attention to unusual color patterns. Natural toning, especially rare shades like teal or rainbow copper, can turn an overlooked coin into a collector sensation. And third, condition always matters. Even circulated coins in almost very fine grade can command extraordinary attention if they carry unique characteristics. The most exciting part is that discoveries like this continue to happen. Collectors still uncover rare wheat pennies in inherited collections and coin roll hunts across America, which means the next hidden treasure could be waiting anywhere, inside a drawer, inside an old piggy bank, or quietly resting among hundreds of ordinary pennies. The story of the 1957D wheat penny with the teal reverse spot reminds us that some of the greatest treasures in the numismatic world are not locked in vaults. They are hidden in everyday places, waiting for someone curious enough to look closely. And here on US MintX, we bring you these discoveries every single day. Our channel is freshly updated daily with new coin treasures, rare finds, and incredible stories from the auction world. So the next time you see a wheat penny, don't walk past it. Take a closer look, because you might be holding a piece of American history, and possibly a treasure beyond imagination. Next up, after seeing the shocking story of the first wheat penny, many viewers might believe that extraordinary treasures only appear in perfectly preserved coins, shiny pieces locked away in protective cases. But the truth is far more surprising. Sometimes the coins that look the dirtiest, the most scratched, the most ignored, are the ones hiding the greatest secrets. Right now, we're about to uncover another wheat penny that proves this point in the most unbelievable way. A penny that many people would throw away without thinking twice. A penny covered with dark black layers, worn surfaces, and visible scratches that make it look like nothing more than a tired old coin from decades ago. But collectors who truly understand the world of rare American coins know something very important. Sometimes, a coin's rough appearance hides a powerful story, a story that transforms an ordinary cent into a treasure hunter's dream. Today, we are revealing the mysterious and incredibly rare 1948 wheat penny with no mint mark, a coin that has stunned collectors and quietly climbed into the spotlight of the modern auction market. And the most shocking part of this story is that coins like this could still be sitting unnoticed in everyday places across America. Old jars, family coin boxes, inherited collections, or even forgotten rolls of pennies that have never been checked closely. So let's step back in time and uncover how this incredible coin came into existence. The year was 1948. America was stepping into a new chapter after the end of World War II. Industry was booming, families were growing, and the US Mint was working around the clock, producing coins for a rapidly expanding economy. Among those coins was the beloved Lincoln wheat penny, one of the most iconic coins ever produced in the United States. On the front of the coin, the obverse, we see the instantly recognizable portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This historic design was created by the brilliant sculptor Victor David Brenner, whose work forever changed the appearance of American coinage when the Lincoln cent debuted in 1909. Lincoln's calm and dignified profile faces toward the right side of the coin. Above his head appears the powerful national motto, "In God We Trust." To the left sits the word liberty, and to the right is the year 1948. But something is noticeably absent beneath that date. There is no mint mark. For collectors, this small missing detail speaks volumes. A wheat penny without a mint mark means it was struck at the historic Philadelphia Mint, the oldest and most legendary minting facility in the country. For generations, the Philadelphia Mint produced billions of coins that circulated throughout the United States. Yet within those billions, certain coins developed unusual surfaces, rare characteristics, or strange aging patterns that made them stand apart. And this particular 1948 penny is one of those coins. Turning the coin over to the reverse reveals the classic wheat penny design that collectors have admired for more than a century. Two elegant wheat stalks frame the sides of the coin, curving upward like natural pillars around the inscriptions. In the center, bold lettering reads, 1 cent and United States of America, while above it appears the Latin phrase e pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This wheat design remained on American pennies until 1958, before it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design, making these earlier coins especially beloved among collectors. But what truly makes this 1948 penny extraordinary is not just its history, it is its appearance. The front of this coin shows deep black layers formed over the decades of oxidation and environmental exposure. These dark layers spread across the copper surface like shadows of time, giving the coin a mysterious and dramatic look. In addition to that, visible scratches appear across portions of the surface. To many people, these scratches might make the coin appear damaged or undesirable. But seasoned collectors often look beyond the surface. They recognize that coins with unusual aging patterns, dramatic toning layers, and authentic circulation marks can carry powerful historical character. This particular coin tells a story. It passed through hands during the late 1940s and early 1950s. It traveled through stores, pockets, and registers. And over time, the natural chemistry of copper slowly transformed its appearance, producing those dark layers that now make the coin instantly recognizable. Now let's talk about the technical side of this historic penny. Like other wheat cents of the era, the 1948 penny was struck using a bronze composition consisting of approximately 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This mixture created a strong yet beautiful metal surface that originally displayed a bright reddish tone when freshly minted. Over decades, however, copper reacts with oxygen and moisture, creating darker shades ranging from chocolate brown to deep black. These natural changes are exactly what we see on this coin today. The physical measurements of the coin follow the classic Lincoln cent specifications. The weight is approximately 3.11 grams. The diameter, or girth measurement, is 19.05 millimeters, and the thickness of the coin is approximately 1.52 millimeters. These exact measurements have remained consistent across many decades of Lincoln cents, but it is the subtle surface variations that create true collector excitement. Now, let's discuss the condition of this fascinating coin. This example exists in what collectors often describe as an almost dirty circulated condition. The surfaces display heavy aging, dark coloration, and noticeable scratches. But surprisingly, the major design elements are still visible. Lincoln's profile can still be recognized clearly. The lettering remains readable, and the wheat stalks on the reverse still maintain their basic structure. In the world of rare coin collecting, pieces like this sometimes capture attention precisely because of their unusual appearance. They feel authentic, historic, untouched by modern cleaning or restoration. Collectors call this original character. And when a coin combines original character with a historic minting year and the Philadelphia Mint origin, it can suddenly become a centerpiece of collector interest. In recent years, the market for unusual wheat pennies has exploded. Collectors across the United States have become increasingly passionate about discovering coins with rare toning patterns, unusual surfaces, and historical significance. Auction houses have reported rising competition for wheat pennies that carry distinctive characteristics. And when a coin, like this 1948 no mint mark penny, enters the spotlight, collectors quickly realize they may be looking at something very special. Because coins like this are not sitting in perfect museum displays. They are coins that lived real lives in circulation. They traveled through American history, and somehow they survived. Now comes the moment that always sends shockwaves through the coin-collecting community. When this rare 1948 wheat penny without a mint mark, showing dramatic black layers and visible circulation scratches, appeared in the auction's spotlight, collectors recognized the coin's powerful character and rarity. Bidding began quietly, then quickly intensified. Collectors who understood the hidden potential of historic wheat pennies pushed the competition higher and higher. And when the final hammer fell, the coin achieved an astonishing market value of $392,000. Yes, a single worn penny reaching a value of $392,000. And according to current collector demand and auction records, this price reflects the present market level for this exact condition and rarity profile. That is why experienced collectors constantly repeat the same advice. Never ignore a wheat penny. Even coins that appear scratched, dark, or dirty could secretly hold tremendous value if they possess the right combination of history, originality, and collector demand. For viewers watching today, this story carries a powerful message. Before spending or discarding old pennies, take a closer look. Check the year carefully. Look for mint marks or the absence of one. Observe unusual colors, oxidation layers, or distinctive marks that make the coin stand apart from ordinary circulation pieces. The smallest detail could be the clue that leads to an extraordinary discovery. Across the United States, collectors continue to uncover valuable wheat pennies in unexpected places. Old coin jars passed down through generations, boxes hidden in attics, or rolls of pennies purchased from local banks during coin hunts. Treasure hunters search because they know something important. Some of the greatest coin discoveries in history were made by ordinary people who simply took the time to examine their coins carefully. And that means the next incredible discovery could still be waiting somewhere tonight. Perhaps inside a drawer, perhaps inside a forgotten coin collection, or perhaps quietly resting among hundreds of ordinary pennies. Here on US MintX, we reveal stories like this every day. Our channel brings you fresh updates on rare coins, hidden treasures, and the astonishing values that continue to emerge in the modern auction market. So the next time you see a wheat penny, pause for a moment. Look closely, because you might be holding far more than a coin. You might be holding a hidden treasure that the world has not discovered yet.